founder of naturallysavvy.com, and we are back today talking about boobs and bras and undergarments. And I am here with Randi and Rhonda, and they are from Legs Plus Bra Boutique, and they are boobie experts. And we thought that we would get right into it, ladies. First of all, I'm very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I first learned about your store not too long ago from my own partner, Randi, who's behind the camera. And what I thought was incredible is that we come to your store and we get sized. So we know exactly what we're supposed to be wearing when it comes to bras, because I'm guessing, which is why I wanted to pick your brains, people are not wearing their bras properly, right? So do you find that when women come in, they're wearing something that's either too small or a little bit too big? What has been your experience over the last 38 years, by the way? They are partners, which is pretty incredible. So Randi, let's start with you.
Okay. People come to our store because they are looking for the right size. They're not exactly sure what size they may be. They are uncomfortable in their bras. They're having problems like the straps are falling off their shoulders, the bra's riding up in the back, they're having to pull down the bra every time throughout the day. So they're just uncomfortable in general. And basically what they want to do is they want to be comfortable. They want to feel good so they come in, we measure them. Often we measure them with a measuring tape. Sometimes the measuring tape is really a guideline because we want to make sure that the customer knows that the measuring tape is just helping us find the right bra for them. But it doesn't matter what size it is. It's about finding the right bra for the right body.
The right fit. You were saying that we were talking before, Rhonda, it's about not getting so caught up on what size we are. Because I remember for the longest time, I'm a 36C or whatever it was for many years. And then when I came into your store, and now I'm a 32 double D, I believe. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? I'm a 36C. So you were saying that we shouldn't get so caught up on the sizes in particular, but more so how it actually fits us.
It's more about the fit, and there's usually a love-hate relationship between the bra, and it's so important that it's fitted comfortably and women feel good about themselves and they understand why they are wearing this type of bra and how it enhances their figure and makes them feel good.
And I think that's important to say. Sorry, were you going to say
No. We just feel that it's all about empowering them and making them feel good about themselves. And Randi and I have worked really hard at humanizing the whole bra situation and making women love their bras.
And I remember years ago watching Oprah, and I think that, I'm sure you remember the bra show, right? Where Oprah came in and she's like, you're all getting, going to be fitted properly. And it's something that we wear every single day as women, but we don't necessarily think about what actually goes into it, right? Or why it's supposed to be fitting us. So why is it so important that we have that right fit?
Well, we want to try to achieve symmetry. Most of us are asymmetrical. And
meaning one boob is bigger than the other?
Yes, and it's really about balancing and keeping them organized under all the clothing and feeling right and lifted and, helping with posture and
that's a good point.
Making the woman feel confident about herself.
And it depends on the clothing that they're wearing as well, because different clothes, you'll wear different bras with different clothes. So sometimes you want evening wear. So for evening wear, you may want your bust lifted a little bit higher. By lifting your bust a little bit higher, it slims out your torso, makes your torso look a little bit longer. So there may be, you might want to wear a bra with a seam or, not a minimizer as an example, because you want your bust to be up and a little bit more forward. Not necessarily pointy, we don't use that word often, but shapely is more like we like to say.
Not like the Madonna boobies, like I remember that, remember the bra, the Madonna coat?
Exactly, so you want it lifted. So that would be more for evening wear. Sometimes you want a sports bra for sports. And there's different kinds of sports bras. There may be a sports bra that's going to press the breast closer to the chest. There may be a sports bra that's going to spread them a little bit. So different, for running versus weight training, you'll wear different kinds of bras. So that's another reason why they would come in for a proper fit. It has to fit right. And then there's just everyday wear, just wanting to be comfortable and not feeling your bra throughout the day.
I didn't realize, you make a good point. I didn't realize that, for evening wear, obviously, if it's a strapless dress or it has something that you have to change your bra for, I didn't realize that you actually should change up your bra for depending on what it is. So there's the t-shirt bra, right? The one that, and then there's the evening wear bra, and then there's the, the cleavage bra or sexy bra.
You could say there's the minimizer bra, there's the maximizer bra, we were talking, Randi and I, about the bras that don't make you look east and west. They're taking your breasts and organizing them and bringing them up and putting them in the right position. But then sometimes those bras can cause a little too much projection and you have to find the balance.
Right.
And you have to understand the woman, and you have to understand what she's about and what makes her feel good, and work with it.
So for those of us who are watching, or for those of you who are watching, what advice would you give to our audience if they were to walk into a bra boutique and say, okay, I'm here, I want to get fitted. What are some questions that you can equip them with so that they can go in knowing beforehand?
So, well, I know as a retailer, and you're not supposed to say this, Randy and I always make sure when a customer comes in, we always say, can I help you? We know that they're there for help, and we want to make it the best experience they've ever had with their bra. And we sort of take them by the hand and comfort them and bring them to the room and educate them all about bra fitting.
So what questions should the consumers who are walking in, first of all, that makes it a very nice environment. It makes it very cozy, because I think for shopping for bras can be an uncomfortable thing, right? So I think that makes it really comfortable, which I like. So what are some questions? Let's say my Randy is walking into your store. Is there like, hi, I'd like to buy a new bra. I'm going to an event, or I want to wear it under my t-shirt. They should be equipped with they should know what they want it for, right? Like, I guess, is that an important thing to know?
Yeah. Sometimes what I will do is I'll have somebody come into the fitting room and I'll say, what are you looking for? What kind of a bra? What kind of clothing are you looking to wear over your bra? Specialty items. What's their purpose?
Right. Okay.
And then ask them exactly, what have you had complaints about in the past? Because if we understand what they haven't been happy with, it's so much easier for us to find what we can make them happy with.
Right.
Whether also there are things like accessories that we can help. Like a big common complaint is straps falling off the shoulders. So if we know that a customer is unhappy about that in the past, then we know we'll show them certain bras where we know the straps will come in a little bit. So they come in a little bit closer to the neckline, but they don't show in clothing necessarily, so that they can, so the straps won't fall off. Or we give them an accessory. So, getting a feel for what their needs are.
Right. Like an accessory, like what?
Like we have something here called the Strap Doctor.
Okay.
So the Strap Doctor, well, I should have opened it up. It's just yeah. Basically, it sits under the bra strap, and it's
a piece of silicone, almost like a Velcro.
Okay.
Rough on one side
and soft on the
other,
Yeah.
and just helps with the slippage. I always say it's like when they used to come out with the no skid socks.
Oh,
they
great.
put the little rubber on the
like
bottom.
my kids love to wear.
It's like the no skid bra strap.
No skid here.
Yeah,
to make a bit of noise
basically,
here. But so this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So that's
Yeah, so you'll see it, and it just sort of sits on the shoulder strap of a bra.
So you put it on the inside.
You put it on the inside.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you would put it here, for example, and then that sits on the shoulder.
Oh, that's ingenious.
And then
I
it
never
just
even knew that
helps.
existed.
With the slippage.
Wow, I didn't even realize that actually existed. That is so cool.
So another really important accessory that we sell are called extenders.
Okay, so it makes
And
the
they're-
back.
Yes, because women are fluctuating
Okay.
through many times of their lives, and it just helps to relieve a lot of the tension on the
I'll
back
open
when
it
it's
for you.
cutting in.
I see. Oh, I see.
We
here,
didn't
okay.
match color here, but so it just gives the woman a little bit more breathing area, and
There you go.
we can just attach it to the back, and then it helps. You can put it
helps
A, B, or
extend
C. I'll put it in the B,
Okay.
and then I'll put it here. We'll go there, and we just get a little bit of room. So there's nothing pressing
Interesting.
on the lady.
So this makes it bigger for them. What about for bras that, because over time, and I want to, actually, I'm going to start with this question. How long should we be wearing a bra?
That's a good question, and we often talk to our customers about how long you should wear a bra, because we basically say, how many bras do you have in your wardrobe? Because depending on how many you have in your wardrobe will depend on how many bras you
Need to buy.
Yeah. Exactly, and how active you are. So we often say one to wash, one to wear, one to be relaxed. Okay, but that's assuming that you're rotating your bras on a regular basis. That's assuming that you're washing them by hand, because washing them by hand is far gentler on the bra than putting them in the machine. We'll start with 3 because we also don't want to inundate customers with having to buy too many bras,
Yeah,
and we don't want to scare them.
Yeah.
But I think 5 is really a good number, and then depending on how often you're wearing any one of those bras, as soon as you feel like it's riding, the straps are slipping, it starts to hurt you. it's uncomfortable. You know it's toast, and that's when it needs to be laid to rest, and that's laid to rest or recycled, which is what we do as well.
Yeah, which I think is really interesting. Actually, I'm curious, for those of you who are watching, how often do you change your bras? When was the last time you bought a new bra, and how many do you actually have in your drawer, I guess, at home? How many do you rotate through? Because I'd be curious. So I'm trying to think of myself. I just bought 3 bras from you ladies, so I have 3. So I have exactly what you're saying, and actually I have more, because I have like the relaxed ones too. But I also wear a lot of, like, sometimes tank tops. If I don't want to wear an actual bra, I'll wear like a built-in bra in my tank top too, if I'm just kind of hanging out around the home.
Right. We've also, over the years, Randy and I started this many, many years ago. We sort of call it the sisterhood of the traveling bras. And we try to encourage women who have hundreds of bras, and then I won't say hundreds, but a lot of bras in their drawers. And we say, you know what? Next time you're going to come in, put the bras into a bag, all your bras, bring them in, and then we'll check and see the fits in them, they're riding up, whatever, and then we suggest to them, well, you know, you can't really wear it. We can't foresee you going to be wearing this again.
Get it out of your
and
house.
they'll end up paying it forward. And then we've collected so many bras that they've gone all over the world. Our customers will come in and take garbage bags full of bras and to Africa, Jamaica, where they'll just take their in their personal luggage, and so we call it our sisterhood of the traveling bras.
I love that, because one of the things, and for many of us that have bras, in our drawers that we haven't worn in a long time, you feel bad. You don't want to throw it into the landfill. You don't want to what do you do with it? So that's such a great way to kind of give it another life.
It's our
almost.
green.
It's your green.
Yeah.
So people can just, like you just said, just basically any bras they're not wearing anymore, or they bring them to you, you can actually help them, and then everything else you take, they give it up.
Yeah.
Do people become very emotionally attached to their bras? I'm curious.
Yes.
I think it's one of the hardest clothing or items that we own that people can don't want to give up.
Why do you think that is?
I don't. Maybe because it's personal.
Yeah.
It's personal, and a bra. It's intimate, and it's how it makes you feel. Because really, it's the first thing that you put on in the morning, the last thing you take off at night, and it's very important. And your clothes go on top of it. And so when you put your clothes on, you look at yourself in the mirror. That's what you do when you put your bra on. And if you feel like it looks good, then you feel good.
Right.
And so I think that's part of the reason why it's a hard piece of fabric to give up.
Right. We're very intimate in the fact, not in the wrong way, but in the right way. And we have created so many relationships over the years, bonds with our customers, and then their children, and then their children's children, and it's really incredible. And really, the most flattering thing I find is when we see a woman who we've empowered and she leaves so happy and she's hugging and kissing and she found a bra that she loves. I mean, that's just...
That was my mom recently. I brought my mom, so my partner Randy, who, like I said, is behind the camera, she introduced me to your stores, and I brought my mom there. So I went, and then I brought my mom, who is 72, and she was so happy. Like, she left, she's like, okay, we lifted the girls, and she felt so great, and she still talks about her bra experience, and I think that's what your store is. It's an experience, and it should be for those of you who aren't living in Toronto. That's where they are based. But if you are anywhere that you live in the U.S. or Canada, is going and finding a store that will really make that difference. And I think that's the important thing, right? Is finding that place where you feel safe to buy it, because I do agree, it's 100%. We need to know what size we are, because I would never in a million years thought I was a 32 double D, not getting caught up on the sizes, but those were the ones that fit me the best. I wouldn't even know how to do that myself.
It's very difficult now too, because the way production's happening with manufacturing, the size charts are off the wall. So we have to just go by our experience and what we think is going to work for the woman, and we just try all different kinds of brands. And we try to keep higher end, medium end, wherever we can open the doors for women to love their bras. That's what we're trying to do.
And Randy, for you, like when we're talking about the emotional tied to our bras, how do you coach women through it when they, if they don't want to give it up, let's say, for example, how do you work with them? Or like, I know you're not therapists, let's put that out there right now, but I'm sure that you work with a lot of women and you kind of sometimes, hear stories.
True.
How do you, would you say that or maybe you can even share some stories that you've experienced over the years that you've helped change people's lives, and by getting them to kind of part ways with that bra that maybe they've had for 25 years, like my mom had, by the way. For 25 years, she had the same bra.
Well, that's very interesting that you say that, because a customer came in not that long ago and brought me a bra that she wore when she was a teenager.
Oh, wow.
And I think she was probably for sure in her 60s or so. And I took a picture of it actually and posted it because I thought, this is how long you hold on to your bras.
Right.
Some people are so attached to them. I think basically it's good to, if someone is really uncomfortable giving up a bra, then that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because maybe that bra makes them feel comfortable, but we can suggest wear it when you're not needing it to look a certain way, depending on where you are. It could be your schlepping around the house kind of bra, your gardening bra, something like that, because people are attached to them, no question. And I think what happens is that once you wear something that doesn't fit you, and then you wear something that does fit you, it's a very easy transition to give up the old. So I think over time, people come to the realization that, what, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
I feel so much better.
Well, it looks great when you kind of, especially when you put on the t-shirt and they're lifted, their boobs are lifted, their breasts are lifted, and you look good because overall, right, it kind of just changes your whole, demeanor. It changes everything or how you feel about yourself. And that comes down to, we've had so many conversations on this show about really feeling good. It starts with ourselves.
Right.
And when we feel good about ourselves, then we can kind of project that, elsewhere, which I think is great.
Yeah, and you're confident, your posture, you stand taller.
Yeah.
There's a smile on your face all of a sudden.
Yeah, because you're feeling so confident and great because you're looking good, right?
So we're constantly trying to educate these women on feeling good about themselves, not being embarrassed about their body shapes. We banish size stigma, thank you. We just want them to feel good. Women will come in and they're wearing gowns and they can't have any lines showing. They'll put their gown on and they're going to say, what do we do? What do we do? Do I have a Spanx? Do I have this? Do I have that? And, the whole goal is trying to make sure there's no visible panty lines, no bras sticking out, their breasts are held up high, and they're glowing.
Yeah. You sell garments like undergarments as well. So you mentioned Spanx, which I've had as well. So, and I know you have one right there. I want to talk about the bra for a second. So when you have the undergarments built into the bras, so something like this, do you find that a lot of women are looking for that? So to help kind of pull them in? Yeah, so it's great. So it's the shapeys, is that what that is?
Yes,
Shapeys. So it kind of like helps to shape your body, but at the same time gives you that bra support, right?
Originally, it was all about the back bulge and the breasts in the back.
The breasts in the back. That's an interesting way to refer to it. Okay. I never heard of that before.
Just giving a really nice smooth line.
Right.
And so you don't see any bra hardware in the back. And
that's what Shapeys does.
Yeah.
Because you can see in the back, there's nothing.
Wow.
So it takes in all the back fat.
And it still gives you that same good support?
yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Amazing.
So that's the Shapeys product. And I mean, something interesting that a lot of people like is this one here.
This is my baby.
This is Rhonda's favorite.
This is what I'm in all the time.
It's called...
It's maiden form. It's just a shapewear piece, and it
just holds everything
it's
in.
really
wear your own bra. If you wear your own bra, they call it.
That's right.
Okay.
WYOB, and it's basically a tummy terminator, thigh tamer. That's
That's a lot in one garment.
So that's what that one is.
Tummy tamer, thigh terminator. Is that what?
No, tummy terminator, thigh tamer.
Got it.
That's it.
It's hilarious.
That's it.
Okay. And then you were talking about the bra minimizer. What does that mean?
So the minimizer.
Just brought a colorful one.
We're very pro minimizer.
Okay.
A lot of women, they're very, very unhappy with the size of their breasts, so they come in and they really want a minimizer. And usually a minimizer will reduce your breast projection.
Okay.
The key,
Meaning like it's pushing you.
pushing you a little more in.
Okay.
The key is to make sure you're not going east and west, because when you're pushed in, you're being
They go to
led
the side.
to the side. So we want to
Okay.
just try to keep them a little more organized, and we try on many different minimizers, and
Okay.
we usually achieve really good success with them. So makes women feel a lot more confident. It's not always about when they're walking into the room, their breasts aren't going to be showing first. It's going to be
Right, I
them
see.
showing first.
And they tend to be smooth as well, which is
Okay.
nice. So if it's seamless and smooth,
Right.
then it shows no lines underneath your clothing.
What are the size ranges in bras? So obviously you've got the small to the large. What is it, or is it not a size thing? I guess there is a bra for everybody. Like,
Yeah, we have all different sizes. And when we typically start, we have some, actually a couple 28s starting at B, C,
Very
D,
small
petite
Okay.
women,
Okay.
petite bodies. Going, and we do go up to size 50,
56, 58.
56, 58,
size
so
inclusive,
larger.
yeah.
Cup size O.
Cup size O, and we start like at A and go to like O.
Okay.
So like, you know, and depending on whether it's European size or US size, because European sizes are a little bit larger, they have
Okay.
more size ranges than a US size range.
if you have any questions for Randy and Rhonda around bras, undergarments, your boobs when you're wearing your clothing, please leave them in the comments below, and we're going to ask them to answer them, because I find this it's such an important conversation to have. I mean, we think about we think about the importance of fashion, but maybe not necessarily. We always want to buy new trendy clothes, but what about what we're wearing underneath them to actually make them look amazing on us, right? Especially when it comes to that, holding up our boobs or holding them up properly, right? So I
Keeping
think
them
it's-
organized.
keeping them organized. Rhonda, you told me a story which fascinated me when it comes to, you've seen women, and I'm going to ask you to think about some stories just, from people you've helped over the years. But you told me something that stuck, that when you work with women, a lot of women weren't washing underneath their breasts. So talk a little bit about that, because I think that's an important thing that we may not even think about when it comes to our boobs, our breasts.
So when the girls are in their homes and they're not lifted properly, what's happening is the breast is touching the tummy and the skin is raw. It's almost like chafing.
Okay.
And it's really important, because we do get wet under here, that the area is washed extremely well and rinsed well and dried well. But it's also really important that this is clean. The breasts have to be lifted away. And they have to be put in homes so that there's going to be no rubbing. And usually if you wear the right size bra, you can almost get away from that issue.
Okay. So it's when you're not wearing that right size bra that it's kind of, you can create that
creates-
sweatiness,
yes.
the chafing.
And then, then infections start, and it's basically yeast underneath the breast.
Okay.
So it has to be cleaned up, and sometimes women have to use an antibiotic to clean it up.
So very important, wearing the right size bra is keep it also washing underneath your breasts when you're showering and looking, because you don't always lift up your boobs to look underneath.
That's right.
What's going on underneath your I guess the area, right?
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So take a look. We're going to challenge you to take a look.
But the interesting thing is also about washing the bra regularly.
yes.
That's the other.
Thank you,
That's
Randy.
the
Yes,
other.
very
That's the other
important.
issue, is that people
Yes.
think that most people. I mean, I think it's quite common that people wash the bra once a week, which means they're going to wear it quite a few times throughout the week.
Right.
So we say to them, you should really wash your bra after 2 wearings.
okay.
And don't wear your bra 2 days in a row.
Right.
Okay, so because then you're giving it a bit of a rest. Because when you wear your bra a couple days in a row, it's stretched and it keeps stretching, and so you're not allowing the elastics to go back to its natural shape.
Interesting.
They want it to cool down, the elastic.
Exactly.
It has to cool down, and then get ready to wear 2 days later.
So it retakes its form almost.
Exactly.
Like it does. Yeah.
It does, and also you realize we wear deodorant, perspiration, natural perspiration,
Sure.
creams that we put on our body, perfumes, whatever it is that goes on our body, it goes on the bras.
Right.
And it sticks to the elastic part of the bra, not the cups of the bra, but it's the shoulder straps and the strap around here.
Right.
It's the elastic that you really want to clean out.
Interesting. That is really great advice. And what should we be using? Is there a particular, I know you want to use something that's, if we're going to do it by hand, so what I started doing is I got a bucket and I literally put it in. I put some natural soap, like just something that's very gentle, and just kind of. I think you had taught me, Rhonda, just like a quick swishy swish.
Swishy swish, and that's it.
And then you kind of but you have to wring it out because it's very wet, right? So you just kind of pat it out. Okay, pat it out and then hang it to dry.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. That's important. And so every second day, or don't wear it twice in a row, but every second time that you're wearing it, wash your bra and don't wear the same bra several days in a row. Very important.
Right. Yeah, I have in my drawer, I have my bras freshly washed and my bras worn once. So depending on where I take it, which bra I take from which pile in the morning, I know which pile to put my bra back into.
That's great advice. Okay. So it's like an organized. Randy's behind the camera going, ooh, I like that. She's like, that sounds great. So you basically set up different areas. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. But I do have a few bras in my wardrobe.
Yeah, I would think so after being in the business for 38 years. These ladies, it's amazing. I love it because first of all, I've been business partners with Randy. Here, Randy, come in for 2 seconds so people can see who are for 20 years. So Randy and I are celebrating 20 years this year, which is very exciting.
I'm going to come in between.
And what I love about you ladies is you've been business partners for almost 38 years, which is incredible. So right off the bat, just having female partners is like you have a Randy, I have a Randy.
That's
so.
right. It all works. We're good.
I love it. No, I just love females working together, so I think that's great.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about your recycling program. I know you touched upon it a little bit. So what are so people can bring it back? You said that you can you give it away. Is there anything else that you can do like in the store that you do to help be green? Because you were saying, Rhonda, that you are green.
We are green. We do recycle the bras. We're using now another company.
Different agency. We have different agencies we've worked with.
So this young lady from Lyft is coming once a month now to collect the bras.
Oh, wow.
It's called the Lyft Project.
And distribute them to sisters throughout Toronto, girls that need bras.
So the Lyft Project is one, and then we've done Free the Girls is another one where we've donated hundreds of bras to, where they take the bras to Africa, where the girls, they bring girls out of the slave trade, and they want to empower them. They want to teach them to be independent and financially independent, as well as feel good about themselves. So they set them up in business. They teach them about how to run a business. So these used bras are then are given to these girls to resell to people in their community.
Wow.
So it teaches them a lot.
They
That's
don't
another
have-
organization.
Yeah, they don't have stores. Everything that's done there is in markets.
Wow.
So that's how the bras are resold. And
Is there, for those who are watching online, I know you were saying that you have a website that recently launched called braboutique.com. And let's say people who are in the United States who are watching, are they able to recycle their bras? Is there something in their community? Is there something online that they can look up?
Well, Free the Girls is all over.
All
So
over,
they
okay.
they can just Google Free the Girls and they can find
the Girls, okay.
who an agency, a place that collects bras in their community.
Okay. We'll put a link below as well.
Yeah.
To the
Lyft
website.
Project is new to Toronto, but she is starting to branch out.
Okay.
She told us. We ourselves have donated to various women's shelters throughout Toronto.
Yep.
We recently gave a bunch of bras to the Indigenous women downtown to their community center,
Yep.
so that they could give out to people through that they are
So people can just Google, I guess, recycling bras. So wherever you live, just Google it, recycling bras, and please recycle them. Don't let them sit in your drawers. There's so many women that need bras. I didn't even realize that it's something that you could do, and which makes me very happy knowing that. So before we end, is there anything that we didn't touch upon that you'd love to share with our community on YouTube?
I think we have to talk about the beginnings
our family,
of our family.
our story.
Our story.
let's do it.
And then you go. You start.
Basically, Rhonda and I are third generation friends,
Okay.
family friends. Our grandparents were friends in Poland, and they came to Toronto, and our parents became friends. And our parents went into business together, and they opened up a bathing suit store, which is part of what our store it is within our store.
Okay.
But I mean, the point is, our parents gave us the knowledge and guided us and said to us, you know what, you girls should go into business together. And Rhonda and I were both very, very young at the time. And I was in my 5th year of university. Rhonda was in her second or whatever.
third, yeah.
And we said, let's do it. We got nothing to lose. And so we decided to try. And we started off in the hosiery business.
Okay.
And Rhonda said, you know what? She worked at Sears at the time in the bra department and said, we need something to tide us over. And so in the summertime, when people aren't buying hosiery, because in the 80s, back in the 80s, hosiery was huge. Like everybody was wearing different patterns and colors and whatever. Anyway, so we decided with bras, and we had a small little bit of bras in our store. And over the years, because we listened to our customers, because we heard that there was a niche market for something that didn't exist, we said, you know what, bras is really what people are looking for. The right fit, the right environment. Yeah. And that was sort of that's how our story began, how we decided to change.
We transitioned
to more bras.
And from there, we have women from all over Canada, all walks of backgrounds, I was going to say all walks of life, all backgrounds, and it becomes a community in our store. When you walk in, it's so comfortable.
And because of our family. That's why I want to share that, is because it's the way we were brought up. It's how our parents were friends, our grandparents were friends, our children are of the same age, went to school together, friends with each other. Right. So it's part of who we are.
It's the bloodline that's running through the store, and so when you walk in, you feel it. And
it's a very cozy store, and everybody's so nice, and everybody who works there so knowledgeable, which is great, very friendly. So thank you, ladies. This is really fun. I think this is great. And thanks to all of you who are watching. We hope we learned a lot today. And if you did, please share this video, because we want to help women buy the right size bra, make them feel confident. So I think this is an incredible topic that we would appreciate you sharing. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.